Welcome back to another episode of the Sam Portland podcast. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you are enjoying your time with me, and the episode that I have for you today inspires you, promotes your intellect, and challenges you in a way to make you a better athlete or a coach. Today we've got an episode coming straight out of the Sam Portland YouTube channel, and if you are not already a subscriber there, then you need to head over there immediately. Just follow the links in the show notes, because some of these episodes are drawn out on whiteboards, are ridiculously crazy and insane with speed geek knowledge bombs. So if you've not done that, just subscribe. But trust me, you are going to get a lot out of this podcast today just by listening. So without further ado, let's head over to the show and enjoy your time with the Sam Portland podcast. If I knew training and rehabbing hamstring injuries was this easy when I first started, I wouldn't have wasted as much time as I have. And so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the process of which you need to use to help rehabilitate your hamstring injury. I'm going to highlight some of the issues and some of the big no-nos that a lot of return to play injuries go through, which really stagnate your process. So let's get straight into it. The rehab journey, especially if you're an athlete returning to sport, you want to play rugby, football or whatever. Okay, this is day 0 and this is what we'll call our RTP day, so our return to sport day. Okay, what typically a lot of physiotherapists and other people will have you do is tick off a series of KPIs as you go through. But those KPIs are driven by pain, they're driven by function, they're driven by all these sorts of things to get you to return back to a normal state. Now, if you're seeing a private physio or if you're seeing, an NHS physio or all those sorts of things, the one thing that you need to understand is that they are all governed by insurance. I learned this lesson really, really harsh when I broke my leg and they fixed my leg wrong, and then I didn't get physio and because of their insurance. So I wasn't able to do it. So I rehabbed my own injury, and long story short, it's turned me into the owner of Speed by Sportland and coached thousands of athletes all over the world and done a really good job at it. And so what I want you to understand is that the goal of a successful hamstring return to play is one letter word, okay? One word, 5 letters, it's called speed. From day 1, you need to be constructing your program about the varying degrees of speed that you're able to work through. So I'm going to take you through the simple progressions quickly now so you can understand. So from day 0, let's do day 0, and this is going to be velocity, it's going to be speed. Okay, the thing that you want to understand as well is that there's a seesaw. Okay, so let's have this as a seesaw effect. All right, there is within that, it's control and power. All right, so we need to constantly maximize the control and the power and the behavior of the hamstring. When we're running, so that's our hip, and we are, say we're just in a nice upright running position here, and our leg is down, this hamstring here, the process that it gets through from being down here to get into there, that is so much force and so much speed and so much power that the likes of Nordics don't work with, the likes of Romanian deadlifts, the likes of jumps, all those sorts of things. They don't help it, okay? But they do have a place. So when we start with our ground 0, what have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 6 phases, very simple. So we've got 2 green, 2 red, 2 amber, and 2 green. So in our red phase, what we're trying to do, our speed of movement is going to be really slow, okay? And it will gradually increase, but our baseline is going to be really slow. And what we can do in here is some of our strength training, some of our mobility, but our low level running. All right. Now here, what we're trying to do, if you imagine that foot, okay, is to get that knee bending and picking up and using our hamstring, and we're creating a cycle. So we're going to do small, lots of cycling. We can also do marching. You can also do resisted marching. Anything, if you're walking around pain-free, you need to incorporate that. You can do low-level movement drills like A-skips and bits and pieces like that as soon as possible, okay? And then as we progress, our velocity of movement is going to jump up a level. And then, as you can imagine, these are the phases of which we're going to go through. So everything that we've worked on down here, which is going to take up 80% of our program, we're getting it just basically just strong enough, okay? Hamstring curls, all those sorts of things, just general strength, because what you're trying to do is open up the door for all of this speed work. This stuff just comes down here into this hole, okay? And we just maintain and hold some of that strength stuff. If we were doing 3 or 4 sessions a week, we'll come down to 2. We'd progress the exercises to train a bit of higher level strength, maybe go from 3 sets of 10 to 3 sets of 5, for example. And then inside here, we start to introduce more jumping, okay, and more running. Because the ultimate tool, remember, we're preparing you to get back to the field and play. So the ultimate tool that you have at your disposal is running. And a lot of physios won't tell you this. A lot of practitioners won't tell you this, but you need to be doing this as fast as possible. This is why we've returned 6-week hamstring tears in 2 weeks. Okay, many times because of this fact. All right. So then what we've got is we've got these levels. So by the time you get through here, you want to be getting up to 80% of your general running volume that you would if you've had a GPS. Then that's fine. If not, it doesn't matter. But a typical benchmark workout, it'll be 2 times 100 meters. Okay, on a rolling 60-second clock in about 17 seconds. That is a really good marker, because that gives you over 1,000 meters of above 75% of your top speed, which is really good hamstring conditioning, along with your acceleration work that you'll be doing alongside of it and your top speed work. And that is going to really blow up your ability. And we did this with a player in 6 weeks, and he not only got 1 lifetime personal best in his top speed when he played, he broke it twice in 2 weeks. Okay, nearly hit 24 miles an hour playing professional rugby. Okay, so as we step through, so we know we've got these 3 brackets of work, and we've got our basic strength, we've got our explosive power, and then we've got our speed. So, but when we come here, this is the most important part. This strength stuff, okay, we get rid of it. We don't do it anymore because we're strong enough, because we've opened the door. So what we have is our power work in here, then our what we call speed strength, where we do all the specific strength exercises for developing gait. They're called special strength exercises. And then we've got all of our speed and movement there. So then in the next block, okay, and this can be, depending on the injury, this could all happen in 20 days. This could happen in 8 weeks. If you've got like a 3C and you've just missed out on surgery, that's absolutely fine, because this process is exactly the same. We'll just condense it or expand it and condense it. And then here, with the from the next phase, this is when we get back into training. Okay, so all of this is going to be your training, your sport. You're going to be playing your sport, and then we're going to supplement it with speed, okay, because that's the most important thing. We want to keep topping that up as best as we can. Okay, then we're going to put in our speed, strength and our power, and then here it's going to be recovery, if you can read my handwriting. So that is how you would return a hamstring, okay, back to full fitness in, I think hopefully it's about 5 or 6 minute video, but that's how you would do it. If you want a more detailed explanation and a step-by-step framework of how I do this, then just comment hamstring below and I'll send you that. But for now, thanks for watching. My name is Sam Portland, creator of Speed by Sportland, and I'm here to help you run faster on the field. So I just want to stop you there and say thank you so much for listening to this podcast. And today I want to talk to you about education. Education is the cornerstone of my development. It's the cornerstone, or it should be, of your development. And if you're here listening, then I can pretty damn sure say that you are a speed geek, speed freak, and want to get more for your time. And as a coach, I completely understand you aren't time rich. Being a coach is stressful, it's intense, and to keep upskilling yourself is really, really challenging. I remember one time when I flew to New York for 48 hours just to hear Natalia Verkhoshansky speak, because it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And today I have a pretty cool opportunity for you. It's called the Sports Speed Insider, which is central focus about maximizing your time and putting speed back into your education, with lessons that are just 10 minutes per week of me deliberately giving you actionable speed training tips, advice, and ways to implement my very well recommended book, The Sports Speed System. You are going to have no stone unturned. Alongside the weekly tips, I'm also going to be providing you with the actual training programs that you can use, steal, and just be inspired from. And if that is not it, I'm also going to be breaking down specific exercises for you throughout the course. So that's one 10-minute lesson per week, one training program per month, and a monthly exercise breakdown so you can understand and really drive into why we do the things that we do. So if you want to get involved with that right now, then head to the link in the show notes and get your speed journey started today.